I got to do some one-offs with him. So Levon's daughter, Amy, was a fan of my music, and she was touring with the band at that time, with his band. And so I got an opportunity to go open for him. I probably only opened for him a half a dozen times. But everyone in the band, including Amy, everyone was very aware, because Levon was sick at that time, everyone was very aware that it's obviously a very big deal for anyone opening the shows to get just 2 seconds of FaceTime with Levon. You know what I mean? And I think Levon knew that too. And he was sick, and the shows were so hard for him that they had another drummer either sitting on the stool behind him, or there was a second drum kit next to it. But he would seamlessly come in and out of songs with another drummer picking up, because he was so unwell. But I mean, he was playing up until weeks before he died, you know. So even as unwell as he was at the time, he was playing, he was giving it his all for these shows, and he was even giving it his all for the musicians who were opening. He knew it was a big deal for somebody like me or anyone else opening. It's a really big deal to go shake his hand. I mean, like, and it would have been fine if that didn't happen. I totally get it. You know what I mean? He's earned that right. But the fact that Larry Campbell and Teresa and Amy and his road manager at the time, Dennis, everyone made a big deal of like, do you want your 2 minutes to say hello to Levon? It's like, yeah, I want my 2 minutes to say, and he didn't know you from Adam or anything like that. It was just, thanks for being here. You want to come up and sing The Wait with us tonight? Yes, we'd like to. It's funny, you were talking earlier about photographers never catching the moment that you want them to catch. And there was a photographer at the show that we did in Ann Arbor. And afterwards, they were like, I caught a moment of you singing with Levon Helm in The Wait, and you're both smiling at each other. And there's a moment where I was like, let me get this picture. And they sent it to me, and it was the most amazing picture you've ever seen of Levon Helm and my bass player. And it's the bass player, Matt Schuessler, and him looking at each other. So it was like, all right, you know what, fair enough. This is a good thing. So I got it for Matt, and Matt has that now. And I'm sure it's one of Matt's most treasured possessions, because it's the two of them. It's Levon playing and smiling, looking across, and Matt behind a microphone, and the two of them it's really cool, But no, it was the bass player. No, they typically, there's such what a class act that group is. And they'd be like, okay, you're going to sing The Wait. You got verse 1. You're like, excuse me? And so it's just like, verse 1 is sang at the middle mic, so go sing it, dude.
You know the words?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. I better have, I probably know 85% of the whole song all the way through. I might have had to do some Googling if I had to sing the whole song. But yeah, I got that first verse, and so I got to sing that bucket list moment, obviously. And sometimes you get to dip your pinky in the little river of history every now and then, you know what I mean? And that would have been one of those times. It's funny when you're into this type of music, though, and you get a question like that, like, do you know the Ian Hunter song, or do you know the Levon Helm song? And you're like, look, man, my whole life, people have been asking me if I'm ready to do different things, and I'm always unprepared for them. You asking me, like, do you know this song by the band? I'm like, finally, the thing I'm prepared for. I'm like, yes. All this other shit, all this other stuff has been a major problem in my life. Lots of stumbling blocks, but this I got, stand back. I got this one, man,